This for Ivan Bates, this for Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, Jill P. Carter, Adrian Jones, Benjamin Brooks. This for the Maryland Black Delegation, city, county, state, and federal levels. We talking about the war on drugs. I done had this conversation with Ivan Bates face to face. Y'all lawyers is making boatloads of money by keeping this war on drugs alive, to keep this violence in the city alive. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the south side of Waukegan, Illinois, 60085. I'm from that area where they killed that Mr. Blake at. I came here from Chicago in 1991, straight out of Illinois Department of Corrections. I went to jail to end the war on drugs, N62528. Like John Lewis said, I go to jail for the right reasons. I turned in guns and drugs to the police in 1986 to end the war on drugs. Kwasi and Fume signed off on the crime bill. So me and Kwasi is tied together. Congressman Cummings and me had a meeting last year, August 13th. I'm supposed to be testifying in front of the House Judiciary Committee. I had witnesses there. I had Christopher Irvin. I had Nicole Mundell. And I had Bobby was there. Bobby told you that yesterday on the video. Y'all took like 8 years worth of videos from me in 2011. I had to reshoot all that footage. I'm ready to go to court. I'm ready to testify. Y'all ain't have a problem locking me up and charging me with terrorism, but you deny me due process and equal protections. Scott Shellenberger is your weakest link. Y'all have seen me talk to Y'all have seen me talk to the Secret Service, the Department of Justice. Robert Hur has this. Jill P. Carter has this since 2008. Christopher Williams took my intake information. Christopher Williams know me. I met Karen York and Nicole Mundell when I came down to Annapolis to do what I do. Told y'all when I started this was a documentary and a scientific experiment about race and racism in your courts. Race and racism in your courts is about the war on drugs. Y'all incarcerating black America at an astronomical rate, and you killing black people on an astronomical rate. I used to sell drugs. That's why I'm up now. I'm an insomniac. I got a pattern of behavior. All right? I get up at, I used to sell drugs at 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock during the daytime. 12 to 8. That was business hours. And if you bought drugs from me after dark, it is only a special crowd of people. I pick my clients. Like I pick my clients that I cook for. I used to sell drugs to the police. I used to sell it to judges, lawyers, and politicians. Y'all created the war on drugs, but y'all like drugs too. Your kids love drugs. I got a diary in Illinois and I got a diary in Maryland. And Scott Shellenberger stole the 1986 diary. That 86 diary was evidence for the federal investigation. The state stole property. Adrian Jones participated in it. Benjamin Brooks, Sid Noor, Corey McCray, because I've been coming down to Annapolis for the last 5 years testifying in front of the judiciary, and y'all don't want to give me my property. I'm out $2.6 million in lost wages. I'm out $130 million for this movie because this movie, I was supposed to be in Vegas. On February the 10th, I had a ticket to go to Las Vegas. My brother, Mark Davis, bought the ticket. It wasn't in my name. I didn't pay for it. Somebody else paid for it. I was supposed to be on Southwest Airlines, leaving on the 10th and coming back on February the 13th. I was supposed to be in court on February the 28th for a $54 million lawsuit against the state of Maryland for stealing my property. Ivan Bates know that too. Ivan Bates know that ain't no statute of limitations when fraud is in the court and the court committed the fraud. Ain't no statute of limitation that means that this case can be open at any time, at any moment. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I didn't practice in school. I practiced in jail. I won my case. My case was reversed and remanded, and I was found innocent of all charges. Scott Shellenberger and Michael Waller used that 86 case to get an indictment. That's fruit from the forbidden tree. Now, when you use that case from 86 to get an indictment, that means that you conspired to deny me my rights. David Irwin is a top lawyer. He got his lawyer's practice in Baltimore County, and he got one at the World Trade Center. David Irwin was my lawyer to tell y'all that I was innocent in them charges, and he gave them papers to Scott Shellenberger in 2008. Scott Shellenberger had evidence and knowledge since 2008. So everything that Scott Shellenberger touched since 2008 need to be reversed and remanded. Everything that Marilyn Mosby has had since she came into office in 2014, reversed and remanded. You participated in fraud, racketeering and fraud. There was a case in Chicago called Operation Greylord. It was about racketeering and fraud in the court. You're doing the same shit here in Baltimore City and Baltimore County courts that I can testify to. I documented it. Judge Holland, Judge Bell, Judge Souter, Judge Papaya, Judge Janae. Judge Janae fixed the case for me. I was caught going 75 and a 55 on 695. You can contact the state trooper, black state trooper. My wife was in the car when I did it. I was smoking weed and drunk. I was fucked up. I stopped drinking. Straight up, I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking December the 31st, 2006 was 7 was the last time I got drunk. I don't drink. I don't get high. I smoke weed, drink Jack Daniels occasionally. I go to strip clubs and I still move in the circles that I moved when I was doing what I did. I'm not a drug dealer, I'm a cook. I changed my product, I didn't change my hustle. And I was making a movie from Waukegan's worst to Baltimore's best. And I've been voted Baltimore's best in 2016. To be the best, you got to beat the best, and y'all ain't beat me yet. I still got my crown, and I still get down. I'm the king of talking shit, and I can back it up. So Ivan Bates, Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, any of these black leaderships that they standing up for the black community, let's have a debate. Let's have a town hall. You go get your best black activists, and I get my best black activists, and we're going to show you where black people selling out black Baltimore. You got a problem with anything I say, pull my card. Show me what I've been hurting my community. Because I ain't been doing nothing but loving and uplifting mine since I came to Baltimore. The police is putting guns in these streets. I bought guns from the police in 1991 from the FOP on Harford Road. I'm a veteran. Before y'all wrote the laws that ex-felons can't have guns, dog, that's how I made money, selling guns. The Navy taught me how to sell guns. Iran-Contra, guns for drugs. Iran-Contra taught me that. I was on the USS Mississippi, CGN-40, guided nuclear cruiser, escort ship for the USS Enterprise and Independence, stationed out of Norfolk, Virginia, built in Newport News, Virginia. I was administrative officer to the engineering officer, Lieutenant Commander Gautier. You understand what I'm saying? I learned about latitude and longitude to drop them drugs. Anything that I say, I can prove. You hear me? So let's talk about being honest. Let's talk about being truthful. Let's talk about the war on drugs and the war on the black community. I go to jail for the right reasons. Y'all don't want to lock me up. Monday, y'all called the Secret Service on me. I done talked to the Department of Justice, Robert Hardin, and I got that all on film. They have a case filed on me. I'm a whistleblower on the courts and the corruption in the courts, and y'all don't want to act on it. If you act on that corruption, that means that you got to lot over 10,000 black people free. 10,000 black people going to go free because everything that Scott Shellenberger ever touched going to have to be reversed and remanded. I want to testify in front of the grand jury. Kwasi and Fumi's blocking that access to the grand jury. Senator Van Hollen's blocking that access. Adrian Brooks is blocking that access. Marilyn Mosby is blocking that access. That's black faces denying black justice for black America. You want to talk about race and racism? We already know Donald Trump is racist. But you black people in Baltimore have been hurting the black community more than Donald Trump. Donald Trump only been fucking us for 4 years. You've been fucking us for 40. Adrian Jones been in office. Brooks been in office for how long? Kettleman, Cardins, and none of y'all want to address this issue of my illegal incarceration. When I see you in Annapolis, you smile in my face and you shake my hand, but you're not doing your job. I made a movie. It's about the Maryland Black Caucus. It's about GOP Carter. It's about McFadden. It's about how you use black votes to get your uplifting, and you don't do nothing for the black people in the community. You got a problem with me, dog? Holler at me. I ain't hard to find. We can have this conversation face to face, because I done had it in testimony. I done had it in the church. I done had it in the courts. Now I'm going to have it in the streets. White people use drugs just as much as black people, that y'all ain't sending white people to jail. And if you got on the streets, you see a lot of white people nodding and knocked out, and y'all ain't filling the penitentiary like black America is. Y'all get treatment centers, we get incarceration. And that's what this shit was about. So for the next, till November, you got me till November. If y'all don't send Shellenberger to jail by November, that means that y'all participating in the conspiracy. That's fraud. Martin Luther King taught me about jail. Malcolm X taught me about power. This motherfucker taught me about racism. That's racism 101. I'm a black Republican. I joined the Republican Party to address race and racism. I ran against Governor Hogan and Boyd B. Rutherford in 2014 as a black Republican. You got campaign financing violations, and I know where the money's at. I use toilets for my shit. That's Condell's signature, all right? I use toilets for my shit. I'm Shorty, the original Shorty. You took my property. You accepted forged checks. The state participated in that. You took everything I had and you made me homeless because of a toilet. And I beat you with a toilet. The same way that you tried to beat me, I beat you. I took 3 toilets to court, and I played 3-card Molly in court. I switched positions of the court, and I asked the jury which toilet did you charge me with terrorism? Because all 3 toilets was toilets of art and activism. So this toilet right here is going to be my gift to Baltimore. And I'm going to put everybody's name on it. Ivan Bates, Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit. We're going to show the war on drugs. Because see, if I go to jail, we got to share that toilet. It don't care if you black, white, straight, or gay. We got to share that toilet. And as inmates, that's one of the most special things in our jail cell. We respect that toilet. And you're going to learn some respect about that toilet. You feel me? I'm Shorty, the one and only. Ain't a whole lot of people built for this struggle. I got my underground built and we ready. Like I said, these is dope fiends in Baltimore, and they white, and they run around at night like the rats in the streets. They in Sandtown, they in Winchester, they all over Baltimore, but y'all ain't locking them up. The war on drugs is code words for the war on the black community. President Nixon developed that in the 60s. It was called the Southern Strategy. The protesters in Portland, they've been doing the protesting for 89 days. Those are white protesters. Those are skinheads. Those are Aryan nations. Those are anarchists. And they're paid by the government. Them skinheads, them Aryan nations, they doing that. They not black bodies. That ain't for Black Lives Matter. And that Black Lives Matter thing, it's good and it's bad. It was created by black women that don't like black men. And I ain't got a problem with that. I got 6 women by 6 different women. I got 6 kids by 6 different women. So I know how to deal with black women. We all in our black community messed up. But Black Lives Matter got a whole different agenda than me. I want black freedom. They don't want black freedom. I want dual citizenship, the same way that you gave the Jews dual citizenship. We've been in America for 400 years and we still slaves. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we still the cash crop. And not one politician will open their fucking mouth. When I put that camera on y'all, y'all cut and run like I had a gun. I use this camera like a gun. Click, aim, and shoot, copy, paste, and send. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for change. I got 5,000 friends. My friends got friends. We got an underground that's strong around Baltimore. When I come around town and I holler mic check, dog, I make you shit your drawers. Y'all don't want to hear what I got to say, but the community needs to hear it. 2020, I'm running for mayor. I'm running for mayor of Baltimore City as a write-in candidate. If you want change in Baltimore, I'm that change. I've been putting in the work, and I'm not looking for your money. I did this because it needs to be done. If you write me in and I get enough votes, not that I'm going to win, I'm doing this as a protest. Write me in as a protest. If you're tired of the corruption, if you're tired of the racism, and you're tired of getting fucked from the left, and you get tired of getting fucked from the right, come ride with Shorty. We're going to fuck them back. You got 52 politicians in the state of Maryland and in the media and the courts that permit this fraud. And Robert Hur won't do nothing about it. Robert Hur has this information. It will send white people to jail, but they're not going to send white people to jail in Maryland. Governor Hogan's had this since he came into office. You're not going to send white people to jail. Shellenberger's your weakest link. And I'm going after Shellenberger. If y'all don't do nothing to Shellenberger by November, your whole democracy is bullshit. Because my next thing is asking for political asylum. I'm going to ask Russia, China, Cuba, Korea, whoever want to give me freedom, I want freedom. We've been here for 400 years. I want freedom. Mike, check! It's your wake-up call. I'm coming.